Hello and welcome to Omega X KAOS's Guide to Sniping in Black Ops Part Dose, Attachments, and more on perks. Alright, so last part 1, section, whatever you want to call it, just basically talked about the general layout of what this guide is going to be about. Excuse me. This one's going to go more into detail about your perks and attachments. So perks. We'll go over perks first. Perk 1, lightweight. Move faster. Pro perk. You do not take falling damage. Not really good perk because you shouldn't really be moving around when you're sniping. Scavenger replenishes ammo and lethal grenades from fallen enemies. Start with extra mags and replenish tactical grenades from fallen enemies is the pro version. This is good. The only time this will be good is if you go on long streaks, which you won't have to worry about when you just start sniping. I wouldn't really suggest this perk. Third perk in the first slot is Ghost. Remain hidden from enemy spy planes, and the pro version, which I do not have, allows you to not be detected by enemy aircraft, which is very good. Fourth perk. I would highly recommend Ghost. That's my number one pick of first perk slot when I'm sniping. Fourth perk is Flak Jacket. Take less explosive damage, and pro is you take no damage from fire. This is my number 2 selection for sniping because what you die most from is grenades. Because when you're sniping, normally it's just instead of someone coming up, they'll normally just throw a grenade up at you. Fifth perk is Hardline. Earn kill streak rewards with 1 less kill, and Hardline Pro is you can change care packages. This would be my third suggestion for first slot perk. Alright, perk 2. Hardened Pro penetrates walls and objects with deeper bullet impact, and Pro inflict extra bullet damage on enemy aircraft and turrets and flinch less when shot. The regular version isn't really that good because you're normally not going to be shooting an enemy through a wall. But the pro version, the less flinch when shot, is excellent for whenever you're sniping and someone does hit you with a bullet before you can get your shot off. You can still pull the trigger without really having to readjust. I would probably say this is the number 3 perk in the 2 slot that I would recommend. Scout Pro, hold breath longer when scoped and switch weapons faster. This is the number 1 sniper's perk by far. As you can tell by the image, being a sniper scope, this one was designed for snipers. This is definitely the best perk for sniping. Third, you have steady aim, maintain increased accuracy when firing from the hip, and you can fire right away while running. This is probably the fourth best perk out of the second perk slot. I really would not recommend it. It's only good for when using the ACOG or quick scoping, but we'll get into more about that later. Sleight of Hand Pro, reload weapon faster and aim down sights faster with weapons, except sniper rifles. So the pro version really has no impact on sniping, but reloading faster is very good, so I would recommend this to be your second choice after Scout Pro. And then finally is Warlord Pro. Equip 2 attachments to your primary weapon, and you start with 1 extra lethal and tactical grenade, except Willy Pete's. This is really the most useless perk for a sniper, because the only secondary attachment that you can put on, other than a scope, is a suppressor, which is useless. But I'll talk more about that when we get into attachments. Third slot, you have Tactical Mask. Protect yourself against Nova Gas, and the pro version, a little yellow indicator pops up above your crosshairs whenever you hit someone with a tactical grenade to signify where they are. It's not really too useful for snipers. Marathon, sprint for longer distance, and pro, unlimited sprint. Not really recommended for snipers. Ninja Pro, by far the best third perk and second best perk for snipers. You move silently. Pro version, you make no noise at all and hear enemies louder. hearing enemies louder is great because it helps you recover if someone's coming up behind you. Second chance, pull out your pistol, and pro is you can be revived, not really too useful for sniping. And hacker, detect enemy equipment, explosives, and turrets. You don't really need that because you're not going to be running around. So, my favorite setup that I have is the L96 variable scoom with Ghost, Scout Pro, and Ninja Pro. That's basically, for me, what I found to be the best setup. Experiment with the other perks to see if you like something better. But personally, those are my 3 favorite perks for sniping. Now we're going to go into the attachments. For the sniper rifle, for the L96 actually I should say, you have extended mags, ACOG scope, infrared scope, suppressor, and the variable zoom. The first we will be covering is actually the infrared. As you can see right here, the infrared scope, you have a basic blue background where enemies and teammates show up as a white heat sensor. It's actually very good for picking out opponents. It highlights them better. Other than when they have Ghost Pro, it's almost impossible to see them because they blend in with the background. The only other disadvantage is whenever you're on a snowy map, I would not recommend using using the infrared scope because then you have a white background because of the glare off of the snow background. Other than that, I would definitely recommend this attachment. The next attachment we're going to cover is the extended mags attachment. The extended mags upgrades your 5-shot clip into a 10-shot clip, but it does not give you extra ammo, so instead of starting with 15 extra shots, you only start with 10. It's very good for not having to worry about reloading whenever you encounter multiple enemies like so. And that's really all there is to say about the extended mags attachment. It's the number 2 attachment that I would recommend. It just helps you whenever you encounter more enemies and you don't want to have to worry about reloading. So enjoy the rest of this little clip here. Just one other thing before this clip ends. As you see here, I'm kind of strafing back and forth in between the among the that background right there. Here, I'll rewind it a little bit. Right here, this background right here is excellent cover. It allows you, whenever you're on this side of the wall, you can see all around here. And on this other wall you can see all the way up through here. That's all I wanted to say about that. Just wanted to point that out. The last attachment I want to show you is the variable zoom scope. There are 3 different levels of zoom. There's long range, there's short range, long range, medium range, and then long range. I could not find any clips of me using the variable zoom scope. So I'm just showing you in combat training what it can do. The close range setting is great for just short distances like that. The medium range scope, which I'm going to show you right now, zooms you in quite a bit more than what the short range scope does. And then the long range scope zooms you in. The long range scope, you're not going to use it that much because you don't normally end up on matches where the distances you're sniping are that large. I apologize if this video seems a little not as good of a quality. editing or sound because I'm a little unprepared. I'm doing these videos in sections where I'll play a couple games and then I'll record the gameplay, so I'll lose track of where I am at times. But out of all of the attachments, I would definitely recommend the variable zoom the most. I'm not going to go over the ACOG or the suppressor because there's really no use for them, period. Sniping's hard enough in Black Ops as it is. Suppressor just makes it that much harder. And ACOG scope, it's not good at all. I would not waste COD points on the ACOG scope. It's only good for short range, and it's not even that good for at that. So I would like to thank you for tuning into episode 2 of how to snipe in Black Ops. Next time we will be covering the basics on how to snipe, how to get warmed up, how to get accustomed to your sniper rifle. So see you next time.